Hey Dimitri, Shang Peng, San Jose Hockey Now. Welcome to San Jose.
Thank you.
Dimitri, I wanted to ask you first, what made you decide to choose to sign with the Sharks?
Did you hear me right now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Because I was turning off my microphone. I don't know why. Can you repeat the question, please?
Sure,
Sorry.
no problem. What made you decide to sign with the San Jose Sharks?
I've been long enough in this league, and try to figure out what's best for me, for my family. And obviously, in a free agency, it's always kind of you don't know what's exactly going to happen. And I talk to my family, because it's far away. I used to always play in Eastern Conference, and right now it's moved to Western. It's different, and we're actually pretty excited. Like I know it's kind of rebuilt, but you got to have a lot of good young players, and obviously for me, it's I just wanna change a little bit, and especially like last 2 years, it wasn't easy for me mentally, so I kind of just tried to move far away, and with new team, with new basically life for me, lifestyle, more travel, and it's gonna be interesting, and I actually pretty excited for that.
What's been hard the last 3 years?
Ah, not 3 years, 2 years. I said, when I signed in Raleigh, kind of, you expect one thing, and you not showing up, you can play, or coaches not believe in you, and it's kind of always the battle, and then everybody have own story and own career. So I learn on my way, and I just need to be more focused as a older guy, more experienced. I expect one thing, but you need to just focus on by day, basically, and you cannot look too far. It's what I done it, and I think it was a mistake. So right now, it's a new chapter, new fresh start for me with a new team, and young team too. So it's gonna be new experience for me, and I will learn a lot too from that.
Is your family excited by the weather in California too? That would be much different than the East Coast.
Yeah, for sure. But my family live kind of last couple of years back and forth with Raleigh and Florida, so they kind of familiar a little bit. But yeah, for sure. It's especially I from Siberia. You always dream about once lived in a warm spot. So we got great opportunity in San Jose, and yeah, hope we're gonna like it and enjoy it.
For yourself, how much of a adjustment do you think it'll be? You mentioned the rebuild. Yourself, you've been to the playoffs every year in the last decade. And so how much of a adjustment will that be joining a team like this that is in a rebuild?
It's gonna be interesting, obviously, and I talked to coaches and GM and stuff, a little bit, but when I'm gonna get there, you're gonna know more system, what they expect from you, and you just need to bring it and help young players. And I think I take Brent Burns, he gave me a lot of good advices about the organization, so it's kind of helped me out to understand what's going on, and so it's every year in your life you have to learn something. Doesn't matter it's off ice, on ice, or different things in the world. So it's for sure I'm excited for that, and just need to figure out how to move everything from Raleigh to San Jose. But I think it's going to be easy, and I think all the team going to help me out. So yeah.
What's the best advice that Brent Burns gave you about San Jose?
He said he loves it, the area, the organization and kids too. So it's, like he's family guy, and, I have my wife, kid too, who's grow fast every year, he loves hockey. So, and, so make sure we're going to find a good school for him, he enjoy it, and we're going to help him out. And obviously, it's, you want to win, and as a player, and for sure we try to get some wins and hope we're gonna get confidence. We're gonna get some help from each other, and because it's a team sport, it's never easy. And I think it's going to be a lot of things in the system, the coach is going to show it and hope everything going to work out. And we'll see what's going to happen.
Dmitry, welcome to San Jose. Look forward to meeting you.
Thank you.
Curtis.
Hi, Dmitry. This is Curtis Pashelka from the San Jose Mercury News. Thank you so much for doing this today. I just wanted to ask, you know, at the end of your contract, did you kind of know that your time in Carolina was going to be over? That maybe you wouldn't resign there?
Honestly, it's past already. I don't like talk about what's happened on that time. Yes, we kind of never have actually talked to resign. So let's do not come back for that. Right now I'm have a future with San Jose, and it's only my focus. Get ready for the season and know my teammates, new coaching staff. And I'm pretty excited for that.
What were the first couple of days of free agency like for you? Obviously it started on July 1st. Um, were you getting a lot of offers, or what were those first couple of days like for you?
I think it's always stress. You try to figure out. You're waiting just for the calls. You talk to the agent, what's going on, what's the rumor says, and obviously just waiting. Some gonna offer you something, and then they go start negotiation, and also soon I hear something, I start talk to my wife, what's best for us, what we're gonna do, because if I'm alone, it's a different story. But when you have a family, you have to make better for yourself and also include your family. So it's was our decision, and yeah, we pretty excited to move to San Jose.
When did the Sharks reach out to you and your agents about the possibility of coming to San Jose?
Oh, honestly, it was a lot of stress still, and hard to remember what exactly day it was. I think I signed on July 2nd, and
Okay.
actually I was signing in the plane when I tried to fly with my son to my hometown, and we already start to basically get up, and I have my phone with me, and I try to sign the contract. It was pretty funny. And then like soon we go up, and all the connection on my phone get locked. So I don't have Wi-Fi and everything. So I didn't know if it's go through or not. So I was waiting when we land, make sure my agent texts me like, yeah, everything fine. You sign contract and everything good. So I can tell you that I think it's pretty funny.
How long was that flight? Was it a longer flight than you wanted it to be?
From Moscow to my hometown is like 4 hours flight.
4 hours. Oh, okay, okay. One of the problems the Sharks had last season was protecting third period leads. With yourself and a couple other veteran defensemen, the Sharks brought in Nick Leddy and John Klingberg. How much do you think you guys could help the Sharks in just trying to protect more third period leads?
I mean, it's important. It's all about experience, all about emotion, control your emotions, and it's come from more games you play, more you understand. So it's simple to that, and just make sure everybody believe in each other, help each other, and block some shots, play smart, don't make risk plays in the certain areas, certain ice time, how long you get till the game ends, so it's all these little things together make a difference. And I think we should be better than last year for sure, and I hope so. We're gonna get build everything, build the organization, build the confidence, and it's gonna be interesting for me. You know, I think I'm older player in the team, so it's kind of gonna be good experience for me.
Right, right. Do you know anybody on the Sharks roster?
Not really. I obviously play against him. I met last year with Askarov,
Oh,
so it's dinner time. Yeah.
um, we were talking to John Klingberg last week, and he said that, even though he's been in the league for 11, 12 years, he still feels that maybe he has something to prove at this stage of his career. Do you feel the same way that you still have something to prove going into I think it was your 15th year this year.
Yes, 15. For sure. You're always hungry for the wins. You're always hungry to be around with the players, with your friends inside of the team, because it's always your second family, basically. Sometimes you spend more time with them than your actual family. So, yeah, I love hockey. I love play. And, it's winning. It's always fun. And I think it's important as a team sport. It's never easy, especially you come from rebuild or something, and especially like help the young players too. And obviously, we got them. We got obviously great skills players, and they can gonna be superstars in these leagues. Make sure they got feel comfortable and know what to do in the right time, and it's gonna be
Right.
help in the future.
You Sharks have a lot of left shot defensemen. I guess are you fairly comfortable playing on your right side if needed? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, yeah. I play left, right, so it's never issue. I actually play against San Jose last season in San Jose, play on the right side, start a game at the right side. So I was feeling fine. All my life I play in Russia on the right side. So first time I start playing is when I came in US. So it's 15 years ago, basically.
Okay, okay. If you talk to Ryan Warsofsky, the coach, about your role and how much you might be playing this year in terms of ice time.
Yeah, we met, we talked a little bit on the phone, but not never have a like big conversation and all full picture of what's going to happen, and obviously sometimes you can say one thing, some change could be, and know as my career, been long enough in the league. So you just need to play hard, play good. And if you're going to be do that, and play for your teammates, then you're going to have your ice time and make sure you succeed and, make sure you play for your teammates. It's most important.
Okay, thank you, Dmitry. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Max.
Hey Dimitri, it's Max Miller from NHL.com and Sharks Hockey Digest. Welcome to San Jose. I just wanted to ask you, you mentioned just kind of mentally and just how maybe it was more of a struggle in Carolina lately. Just, playing with young players like Macklin Celebrini and Will Smith and maybe Michael Misa, how much does that kind of motivate you to kind of be a leader on a young team like this and really kind of rejuvenate some joy in the game again almost?
It's actually interesting because when I came in the league, games changed already, and you can see these young players. They got so much skill, so much speed at that age. I think we don't have that. And that time, some guys have the superstars, and like I always been working hard to play all my years in the league, and stay healthy most of the time, and improve. You should be in this league, and it's gonna be fun for me to see them in the practice, met them what they can do, at the practice, make sure they bring it at the game time too. And it's like I said, it's going to be first time I'm going to be older player in the team, and I actually pretty excited to see what's going to happen and make sure we have fun. It's most important thing. And it's sometimes we're going to lose. Some bad games. It's learning. It's everywhere. And more and quicker we do that, it's going to help us in the future and in the good years.
One thing that the Sharks have brought in with the defense is Stanley Cup pedigree, right? You and Nick Leddy and obviously John Klingberg was there last year. From that perspective, how much does bringing in a player like that who's gone far in the playoffs or won a Stanley Cup like yourself, can you provide to a young team like this?
Yeah, they're both great players, good skaters, a lot of skill, and I think it's good for team for decor. And obviously, it's a lot of coming from D zone coverage, how your D-men play, how they can join the rush or defend the rush, defend the line. So it's big things, more better gap you have, more pucks you're going to take away from other teams. And our quick skill forwards can explode the other defense, So yeah, we for sure we're gonna need to do a lot of good stuff, as a defensemen and better working. We're gonna be together and it's going to be help us to score more goals or give up less chances.
Um, 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 part of something that you mentioned to me that, was interesting to me is just that opportunity here, just with kind of a change for you, the opportunity here. But I don't know how much you keep track of, obviously, contracts, things like that, but sorry, there's a leaf blower going on outside my house right now. If you hear that, I apologize.
Yeah, no.
Um, um, you're the only defenseman signed through, this year and next year on the team. To me, that shows like you're one of the top guys on this team. How does that make you feel in terms of change?
I think I don't need to change anything from my game, just try to play hard, maybe help some young guys if they need to, but usually they find, they got coaches for that. But make sure our locker room, together if something bad going on happen, but mentally I don't think I need to change anything too. So, just enjoy the game and playing hard for each other. And, if we're going to do that, if we got a good system, to help us to win some games, defensively and offensively. So it's all things important, power play, penalty kill. Obviously, the goal is, we got Nedeshkovich right now, so he's been good, last few years in the league. And I think we just make sure we find a good relationship, and, it's everything kind of good happen.
Um, One of the things that you're known for is hitting. What do you remember about the Sharks, style of play, that physicality, and maybe just with some of the younger defense, do you feel like you can bring in some of that physicality? Obviously, you have the hip checks are viral and things like that. I mean, what about San Jose style do you feel like that can be added to and kind of go back to helping, going back to what Curtis said, those third period leads and holding on to leads with a young team?
Yeah, physical part of the game, it's important, and especially when you go farther. But game changed a little bit, more faster players, smaller players, but sometimes you don't have to make a big hit. You just have to little bit, maybe a little bump, so make sure you stop the play, not give him chance to jump on a rush, D-man or centerman. So little things, that do a lot of big experience guys, if you look at playoffs time, these little things make a big difference, and then you don't have to work that much harder, if you just kind of make a loop. So these little things, it's important in this game. And yeah, and I think coaches for sure are gonna help us and show us what to do. And so it's but like you said, yeah, it's if you have a chance to hit, you don't have to kill anybody. But if you have a chance to hit, stop the puck and it's bring positive energy to the bench.
Last one for me, and it's kind of going back to a few things, and I apologize, I've been a little bit all over the place. Um, but last year it was interesting to me. Another Russian player the Sharks had was Nikolai Kovalenko, who doesn't look like he's coming back next season. But he went through some mental struggles, but stayed involved and invested in a sports psychologist. Is that something that you've looked into or thought about, or has it mostly just been speaking with your family and things like that?
Probably talk to with your family or some things you just keep in your mind. Try to battle through something mentally on yourself. It's everybody's different, especially right now. It's get more and more unpopular. If you cannot help yourself, probably yeah, you need to see somebody or talk to somebody, and it's important. Make sure you not lose yourself. And yeah, everybody needs some help. Somebody can speak up. Somebody keep it to themselves and battle for that, and make sure just everybody know what to do and what's the best. And I think the organizations have that people around who can help it, and it's all about health too. You don't want to lose the people.
Awesome. Thanks, Dimitri. Looking forward to meeting you here in San Jose.
Thank you.
Dan.
Hey, Dimitri, Dan Rusanowski, Sharks Audio.
Yep.
Good to see you. Question about the early part of your career. You spent a little time in Hershey. and you became a real National Hockey League player. And then from then on, you just took right off. I'm just thinking about Shakir Mukhamadullin. He's kind of in an early part of his career, left-handed shot. He plays on the right side like you have. What's the hardest part about a young defenseman becoming that full-time player? What's the most difficult part?
Make sure you're just working off ice, on ice, make physically strong and more better feel with the puck, how you're skating, and obviously listen to coaches, and the system wise what they tell you what to do, and just every day learning, every day it's NHL, you have to enjoy it, and working hard and battle, nobody gonna give you the easy spot, and I'm learning that way too, and I keep battling every year for that, because a lot of great hockey players want to play in NHL. It's and you want to stay too. You don't want to give up, and you want to play as you can, So and I just make sure he's have a right mindset, and I think I saw him a little bit, when he played KHL on TV, and he played, I think, against us one game in San Jose. You can see he got some good skill, good hockey IQ with the puck, So it's good, like when young players already start feeling it a little bit NHL, make sure they comfortable, and it's good for organization. They, give that chance.
Are you excited about the opportunity, not just with Shakir, but with Dickinson and with Cagnoni and with Henry Thrun and with a number of young defensemen on this team and working with them and helping them along too?
Yeah, we'll see. I need to come came there first and meet him, see, because when you first time came in an organization, you doesn't know all players. If I say I was in Washington, I see every year new young kids coming out. You play with them exhibition games, so I need a more see what's going on inside that, and then yeah, if they need help for sure, I can help them out. But usually young kids, some of them came out to play AHL, NHL. They already know what to do, and just have to make sure they just keep working and build the confidence with their own skill.
Okay, спасибо. Всего хорошего.
Спасибо.